The best copy is easy to understand. You're going to avoid jargon, avoid complicated language, just use clear sentences and make them very easy to skim. Your goal is to get the point across as quickly as possible to keep the reader's attention. So instead of saying a line like, our state-of-the-art software leverage innovative cloud-based technology to enhance user experience, you would say, our software is easy to use and works so fast that you can get more work done. You see the difference between those two lines? So choose a piece of writing online that you think is overly complex. You can find examples all over the internet. Try to rewrite it in simple and plain language. Focus on how you can make the message more clear and easy to understand. AI, like Jasper, is great for doing this and can actually teach you by transforming the sentences for you. Now, you also want to use emotional triggers. People make buying decisions based on emotion. Great copy taps into that emotion by highlighting how a product or service will make someone's life better. Use emotional triggers in your copy. People make buying decisions based on emotion. Great copy taps into those emotions by highlighting how a product or service will make someone's life better. So common emotional triggers are fear, joy, and belonging. So for fear, you can show how your product helps people avoid pain or failure. For example, if you're selling in the financial services sector, maybe you would say something like, maybe you would tap into the fact that most people in their 50s and 60s are worried about whether or not they're going to have anything to pass on to their children, and that your financial services packages can ensure that your family is taken care of after you retire. Joy, show how your product will bring happiness and satisfaction. And for belonging, show how your product will make people feel part of a community. So if you're writing for a travel company, instead of saying, we offer affordable vacation packages, you would say, imagine sipping cocktails on a beach stress-free, knowing that you got the best deal on your dream vacation. So as an exercise, pick an emotion that you want to evoke. Is it joy? Is it excitement? Is it fear? And write a short paragraph about a product or service and tap into that emotion. Now, there's a lot of copywriting formulas, but just focus on one for now, which is AIDA, A-I-D-A. AIDA is one of the most popular and effective copywriting techniques. It stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. You grab the reader's attention with a strong headline. You keep them interested by focusing on the benefits that matter to them. And then you make them want your product by tapping into emotions or pain points. And then for action, you tell them exactly what you want them to do. We covered calls to actions earlier. So for example, you would read an ad starting from top to bottom, want to lose 10 pounds in 30 days as the attention. Our proven meal plan takes the guesswork out of weight loss. The desire is imagine feeling confident, fit, just in time for summer. And action is get started today, sign up now. So here's how you can practice this. Take a product or service in the niche that you want to write in and practice writing copy using the AIDA formula. Now feel free to pause or screenshot this screen. I want you to bring AI into the mix with these prompts to help you practice these basics quickly, so without overthinking, right? So you can create headlines, you can write clear body copy, add calls to actions. Here is your challenge. Spend 1 hour a day, no more, learning about copywriting. Read a blog, watch a video, practice writing a few lines, but don't let this become a rabbit hole. Keep it focused, keep it simple, and don't let this quest for perfection hold you back. Because next, I'm going to go into what your clients will expect you to know before they hire you. This is what's most important about this training. This is how you can skill a discovery call, even though you just know the basics. So when a content marketing manager is on a discovery call with a copywriter, they're looking for someone who not only knows how to write, but also understands key content marketing principles. In other words, knows their business and how content is going to help further their business. You need to build trust, showing you're familiar with how copy impacts their business goals. And here are the essential copywriting and content marketing principles. If you can understand how to articulate these, you will be seen as an expert. So for example, content structure and readability. Content and copy needs to be skimmable, easy to read, and they'll expect you to understand how to use headers, bullet points, have concise paragraphs that consist of 3 to 4 sentences, anything that's going to enhance readability, especially for digital content. There's something called F-shaped reading patterns, which is how you will use white space, how you will make content scannable with clear headlines, subheadings, and lists. So something you could say to build trust with your client is, I format content in a way that's easy to digest for readers online, ensuring they get the key points even if they're just skimming. Conversion-focused copy. So the ability to write copy that not only engages and grabs attention, but actually converts is what business owners and marketers really care about. So that means understanding the psychology behind why people make decisions and you knowing how to create urgency, build trust, and create desire through your writing. Writers do that through social proof like testimonials or case studies, scarcity, limited time offers, emotional triggers like highlighting pain points and benefits. And what you could say to your clients is, I use proven copywriting techniques, your testimonials, your case studies, emotional triggers like pain points to make sure that your copy converts visitors into customers. This will be music to their ears. Focus on your storytelling skills. So good copywriters know how to tell a story that connects emotionally with an audience and drives engagement. So our clients are going to want to know that we understand how to weave a narrative and humanize a brand and make the content more memorable. I once spoke to a content marketing manager who told me that she specifically hires past journalists because they understood storytelling. So knowing how to structure a story, beginning, middle, and end, to create relatable characters or scenarios that resonate with your audience is going to be really valuable to them. So you could say something like, I will make your content stand out by using storytelling that captures attention and builds an emotional connection with your audience. Okay, so data-driven content, KPIs, metrics. Don't get overwhelmed if you're like me and hate math, but content and copywriters should have a basic understanding of how to measure content, meaning be familiar with key performance indicators, also known as KPIs, click-through rates, engagement rates, conversion rates, and how to adjust content based on that data. What does that mean? If you're sending an email, how many people opened that email? How many people clicked that email? If you wrote a web page, how many people came to the website versus how many people downloaded or how many people clicked the call to action to sign up or entered their email? That's a conversion rate. So it's not that you need to know how to use Google Analytics or HubSpot to track content performance, but you want to at least bring up this topic and understand, hey, I know what your marketing team is doing. I know you're monitoring the numbers. Let's see how it's performing, right? So you could say something like, I'm comfortable using data to refine and improve content. I'll monitor key metrics to ensure that the content meets your business goals. Now, listen, I think that's a little ambitious. If you don't have any experience with Google Analytics or monitoring metrics, you could revise that statement and say something like, hey, if you let me know how that content is performing, I can make tweaks and revisions based on how it's performing. That would be like a step down, okay? I don't monitor my results typically for my clients, but I do monitor my own marketing. So that's why being your own business owner and doing your own marketing initiatives is a huge help in that sense. Talk about content repurposing. A good copywriter and content writer knows how to stretch the value of one piece of content by repurposing it into different formats. Put yourself in the business owner's shoes. They have to pay somebody to write an ad, a blog post, a podcast episode script, a YouTube script. If you can tell them, hey, I can help you get more mileage out of the content you're paying for. I can turn that webinar into a blog post. I can turn that social media post into an email newsletter. You need to understand how to adapt content to different platforms and formats without losing the main message, the original message, and how effective that message is. So you could say, hey, I can help maximize the value of your content by repurposing it across multiple channels to ensure that your message is consistent and it's getting that reach. Business owners, marketing managers, copywriting clients who are going to hire you want to ensure that you're going to be able to write in their voice and tone. So telling the client that you know what voice and tone is and how to adapt your writing to fit different voices and tones is really going to be helpful. Just do a quick Google search and find out what the different tones are: friendly, professional, authoritative. One of the best ways I learned this actually is through Jasper's AI, because you could literally click a button and say, make this more professional, make this more witty, make this more engaging. And through seeing the AI change those sentences so many times, I do now have a deeper understanding of what those tones actually are. You have to keep the tone true to the brand. So what you could say to the client is, I will ensure that your content is written in your brand and tone so you can maintain consistency to build that trust with your audience. The best way to land high-paying clients that pay you $2,000 to $3,000 per month is to get them on a face-to-face Zoom call. It builds so much trust in a world where people may be doing business via email. Maybe you're on Upwork and you're just fulfilling selling orders. That is not building a personal connection and making you that trusted service provider that's going to make a client or a business owner feel confident in handing over thousands of their hard-earned money to you each month. So in your pitching efforts, which I have so many resources on how to pitch, you can download my freelance template playbook that has all the pitches in there, and you will notice that with all my pitch templates, they all have a call to action, which is to book a call. So before you get on a call with a client, you want to research their company's target audience, right? We talked about that. Who are they trying to target? And be ready to speak to how you as a copywriter can speak to that target audience and write things that are going to resonate with them. You're also going to create a portfolio. You should also have a portfolio created already. Even if you don't have paid experiences yet, watch my free video on how to create a spec portfolio. I have two really popular videos on YouTube. One is about how to create a writing portfolio. The other one is how to create a writing portfolio using AI. Check out those trainings on my YouTube channel. But you want to be able to show examples of blog posts, email sequences, or social media copy, whatever you're pitching them on. But the most important part of a discovery call is not that you sell the client on yourself, but it's that you ask thoughtful questions to show a deep, nuanced understanding of their business. Everybody wants to speak to a service provider that is going to ask the right questions to get what they need and learn as much as they can about the business, because that's how we trust that the other person understands our goal. This could be something as simple as, hey, what is the main goal with your content right now? Are you looking for engagement? Are you looking for lead generation? Are you looking for sales? When you demonstrate that you understand these key principles, you can build trust with this prospective client and position yourself as a strategic asset and a trusted advisor, not just a writer. Okay, so if you feel ready to start landing high-paying clients that are giving you $2,000 to $3,000 minimum per month, you're going to want to hop on my program 30 Days to Paid. If you are serious about fast-tracking your career by landing higher quality clients that actually pay you what you're worth and appreciate your skill, this program is for brand new freelancers who are building everything from scratch, but it's also filled with freelancers who have landed one or two clients, but they're in the rat race. They need to understand how to position themselves in the marketplace so that they land higher paying opportunities. In 30 Days to Paid, you learn and implement my 5-step freedom framework, where I teach you how to find the clients that actually have the budget and position yourself and your marketing in a way that appeals directly to them. I teach you how to do non-salesy, personalized, targeted cold outreach that opens doors to opportunities that would never be available unless you knew how to pitch this way. You get direct one-to-one access for me when you're in the Paid Writers community. I hold monthly live calls where we take deeper dives, where I give you workshops on the latest strategies, helping you go deeper into the modules and see what's working today in freelancing.